Right, so we're talking about table extensibility in Confluence. So what is it? Well, GD and Tyler gave an example of a native example. So you've got a table in Confluence here, and it allows you to connect to a target, and we can select a target. Let's give it a chart. Now I'm just going to put this chart above it, and you can see the data here. And if we edit the chart options, I can do some things like turn it into a line and smooth the lines. So you can see in real life the data changes in the chart. So that's the native example. They've also brought it to connect but not yet to forge. So let's have a look at a connect example. So I have a macro called table from CSV, which is a Atlassian Connect macro. It can take either an attachment or a remote CSV file, and you see something like this. If we then scroll down to the bottom, we should be able to. Where's it gone? Let's just publish that to start with. Right, we go and edit that, and now we can click on manage on connected data, and we can add a new target, and we'll do a chart as well. Now that chart's gone down to the bottom. Slightly annoyingly, I'm going to put it up here at the top, and then we're going to configure some options. So X value I'm going to put as country, I think, and the data series we're going to have this score percent. You can also do things like aggregate based on the country, which is good, and we can publish that. And once that's published, we can do some other things. We can do things like sort up and down by the score, or by the, let's find it by the country. We can also filter this out, and we'll say any country, any data be with A in it. So that's one example. The second example, pretty much the same. I'm going to add a table from CSV, paste in a URL. We're not wrapping, and we'll see whether we can. There we go. We can select a target. We're going to have a chart. There's a chart at the bottom. I'm going to put that back up the top, and then configure the chart options. I'm going to set the name and this molecular weight, because molecular weight is a number, and we'll publish that. One of the things that this does is, if it has, it's also, it can read in chemical symbols as strings and convert them into the chemical structure, but that's just a by the by. So again, we can order by molecular weight, or by name, or filter, and the charts update in real time. So just going back here, how have we done that? So how do we emit our data? You add this into the your macro definition, this ref data schema, and whenever you need to admit or update the data, you send this ap.data.provider emit data to provider. Now it takes in some event data, and it takes in a table in ADF format. Once you've got that, you should be able to plug it in, and hopefully it will work. However, we got some gotchas. So the gotchas I had were The data provider was not accepted. It just did not admit any data. Couldn't figure it out. We ended up changing the app key in the JSON and redeploying the app. We also updated the ref data schema to have an input as well as an output. We really don't want to have an input type for this one. I don't really get why either of those would be required. But after that, it started working. Another thing, whatever you do, make sure you don't have any empty data table cells. And if you do, just put a non-breaking space in them. Otherwise, this admit to data provider will silently do nothing whatsoever. If you've got that non-breaking space in, everything works fine. That's it.